Orion Elite Series is back home here in Cleveland, Ohio. The Round of Ohio has moved back to one of its more traditional tracks, the Cleveland Burke Lakefront Airport here. This is, of course, the smaller of the two large airports in Cleveland. Their international airports, of course, Hopkins International Airport, and Burke Lakefront is, of course, kind of their more private, smaller airport. Burke Lakefront is a very flat and wide track, which has been allowing for some really good racing across the weekend. Got to be very careful at first turn, Vortex as it's known as. A lot of calamities happened down there in the past. I remember a season's way back, a long time ago. We had a pretty big pileup back there, and I think season 6, maybe? It was 16 seasons ago, so yes, it was season 6 of the series. It's been a great qualifying day for Blue Flare, and a good qualifying day for some of the guys who are championship contenders, but aren't really all that, but need good runs if they want to stay championship contenders, because a lot of these championship contenders ended up in the back of the, or toward the middle to the back of the grid, which could be chaotic for them. Anyway, let's get to the race.
The field lines up here, and as you can see, it's starting to get really dark out there. There wasn't really a chance for rain, but the green flag is out. Here we go here at Cleveland. Brock's already starting to make a move he started 5th. This is a very wide first turn. Shock's going to take the lead. They're 4 wide here. Griffin's going to go wide. Griffin's going to go off the track, and I think it might be raining. A bunch of cars slid off there. That's not good. A ton of cars went way off the track there. And I think it's raining down in the Vortex, but they surprisingly made it through. Shock's got a big lead here. And we're looking very intently. Here comes Ryan Matthews up the inside, 4 wide. Oh, that's a big move there by a couple of cars. We are 4 wide there for the lead. Shock's got the lead. Wilhoit's fighting with Maddie Maya. Wilhoit was starting all the way back in 7th. Oh, we do have a crash. I see a bunch of cars. Fitzwater's in at the qualifying race winner. Ooh, I think I saw all Patronus cars maybe were in that one. We'll get to in a little bit. Ryan Griffin, who started all the way in a very good starting position. DJ Curtis was in it. Yes, all the Patronus cars had some kind of damage. As we go back through the order, there's Ryan Matthews in 4th position. Now he's kind of lost a couple of spots there as Jacob Hart takes over 5th. As this has been a very chaotic turn, and it is raining down there. Some of these cars did put on intermediate tires. I guess that's why they went wide. Ooh, crash! There, that's Nick Pericles, and we do have rain down there in that corner as well. And we got cars sliding all over the place. Collins, the point leader. Oh, man, we got a big flip back here. That is Vincent Allen on pit road, upside down. Oh, man, it's been a chaotic first lap here. He's sliding wide, decides that he can't pit, but had nowhere to go, and then more calamity there as a bunch of cars were trying to come in for damage repair, as there were just cars everywhere there. That was a very chaotic start. So this one started, the first incident started with Bobby Jones here getting turned by Eugene DeMax. Around he goes, and that's when everybody starts stacking in here, and there's just chaos everywhere of just cars trying to miss. Scott Roush, who had a very early point lead this season, is, that crane's gonna get in the way. But, right there, just would get collected. Kyle Collins with a nice avoidance. That could be a championship-worthy move there for Collins. Collins did not get a great starting spot in this race there, as you can see the beautiful Cleveland skyline as they enter the 3rd turn on this track. The track starts to funnel up here, as you can just see a bunch of cars just going all sorts of madness around him. He did get a little bit of a contact there from Roush, but Collins would continue with very minimal damage. We're with yesterday's qualifying race winner, Zachary Fitzwater, and you can just see how, yeah, it's raining a little bit harder than we thought it would. And like I said, there was no chance for rain today, so, and it's starting to look very dark to the northwest. So Ryan Griffin would actually get into an incident here with Chris Washer, as Washer would go in a little bit deep there. And, oh, it looks like one of the Red Bulls slotted in there. That was Jessica Shelton trying to avoid. On the next lap, Tyler Faber was one of the cars that took dry tires here, and he went way too deep into the corner and actually impaled the pit wall there. And for a while there was a no passing zone through that chicane, and that's Faber out of the race. Meanwhile, it's a battle for the lead between Kyle Schock Jr. Now Madeline Myatt, the Ohio native, is slowly starting to catch Schock as Schock is dealing with some lap traffic. Ooh, looks like problems. Ooh, big crash there for Matthias Paulsen. We're going to take a look and see what happened to him. It is raining very, very heavy. This is a nasty thunderstorm coming in here, and it came pretty much out of nowhere. Radar just started picking up on it, and this is a nasty thunderstorm right now. Shows how fast the Burke Lakefront track is. Look how quick they're going in the rain. Tuomas Saarinen had another issue with his car here, and he's going down the the backstretch here. Actually would hit the wall, misjudge it, and then Matthias Paulsen would flip him over. This was on the second lap, of course. And that would be Saarinen out of the race as well. Ryan Griffin, who has pretty heavy damage from that first bit of the wreck, he would hit the wall and fall out of the race. They're entering the pits, so it's a very slick track right now, and only a couple of cars put on the intermediate tires. I'm sorry if I said that all the cars did. Only a few did, and actually the BFMs are the three of them that I'm thinking of. Ooh, more contact in the back. That was Matthias Paulsen. So all these cars are on dry tires on a wet track. A wet track, by the way, that doesn't have hardly any drainage system because it's in reality an airport. That Madeline Myatt now is going for the lead here on the outside of Kyle Schock. This is a very aggressive move here by the 11 car. I'm interested to see if this pays off for her, and it doesn't really. Is that Jeffrey Finguy for third? Yes, it is. Jeffrey Finguy is doing a great job here. Two Michigan drivers and an Ohioan all battling for the lead here around Cleveland Burke Lakefront Airport. As you can see, it is getting very nasty here. You can make a lot of passing moves on this track. It's just how brave do you want to get? And this track requires a good deal of that here. As Jake Baskinger up into fourth. Great to see Baskinger up there. Matthews in fifth. Michaels in sixth. Sean Angel in seventh. Eighth is DeMax. Collins is a lap down after having to pit. Ninth is Dodd. Lucis is 10th. Messina's 11th. Arndt is 12th. 13th is Sanford. 14th is Washer. 15th is Stella's. As we go through the order, I'm trying to find out where the 10th place car was. That was Jacob Hart. He had to pit. I think he put on wets. Full wet tires for Jacob Hart, so we're going to see if that helps him out here. We are hearing that this is a weather event. It's a very strange weather event called a Durachio that is hitting this track right now, and it is a very, very heavy rainstorm. Winds are incredibly strong here. We're getting about 50-mile-an-hour winds. I'm shocked they're keeping this race going right now because I don't think I've ever seen an Orion Elite Series race run in this kind of rain before. And like I said, look how fast they're going even in the rain. So Cooper Tires brought a great tire compound here for wet weather, and you're seeing these BFM cars, which have probably some of the highest chassis grip, are really reveling in it. Plus, they pulled off a great strategy call by putting on full wets on the start. They saw this coming in where a lot of people didn't, or were on the formation lap when they saw it coming in. So BFM is looking like geniuses. Where's the 51 in this, too? 51, he's a little bit ways back. He's almost a full lap down. Actually, they're lapping all the way, I think, up to about 20th. So right now, Kyle Schock Jr. is on one murderous pace. Alex Allen has been holding up Aaron Perkins. They are, of course, not on the same lap. Actually, they're both in front of Schock. And Alex Allen is going a second lap down. Aaron Perkins is fighting to stay on the lead lap here. Not that it really matters, to be honest with you, but Kyle Schock Jr. is massively being held up. Here comes Matty Myatt again. You can see kind of the runs you get just from traffic here. And now Matty Myatt's the Ohio natives diving for the lead here, but Schock's going to get a run off the corner. See, this track is so wide and it's very racy here at Burke Lakefront, and Matty Myatt's now the leader of this race with Rahal trying to get a lap back from Schock. And now Finguy's becoming a factor in this race as well. So you got to be really careful here as, looks like Schock is going to lose another spot to Jeffrey Finguy because he had to take a very cautious line through that corner there. And Jake Baskinger now is on Schock. So it's now Myatt, Finguy, Schock, and Baskinger are the top four in this race. In fifth position is Ryan Matthews, who's just holding off Baskinger's teammate Michaels. Of course, their teammate Lethinen did not qualify for this race. There was a very audible roar of the crowd when they saw the 11 take the lead. Kenny Myatt, her father, of course, is a BFM test driver who is not actually going to be running the round of Indianapolis from what we hear, at least for BFM. He may get a ride with somebody else. BFM doesn't want to enter a car for him, which I think irked Myatt a little bit there, but I think he is willing to digress from that. But Madeline Myatt, if she could... She's been close to winning races before in this series. Remember, she led a good deal of... I think she led the most laps in the American 700 last year. But, Madeline Myatt is very strong and has been strong this weekend here. Remember, her father's first win was at the Round of Ohio all the way back 22 seasons ago in the Round of Ohio. And Maddie Myatt is now dealing with lap traffic here. That's scary, 3 wide there. But Maddie makes it work and now has 4 lap cars in between herself and the Jeffrey Finguy car. And Finguy is going to try and manhandle that Shelton out of the way. Finguy might have a little bit of front end damage from that. Like I said, this track is incredibly racy here at Burke Lakefront Airport. Jake Baskinger also, I don't know if I mentioned it, got by Kyle Schock Jr., but now he is setting up Jeffrey Finguy. That is for 2nd position here. Baskinger's looking very fast here. These cars are about ready to do 1-minute lap times on dry conditions, and there's a heavy rain cell that's formed behind this Durachio, and it is, needless to say, the Durachio is only getting stronger. Baskinger now is one of the fastest cars here on this watered-down version of the track. They're about 8 seconds slower than the Indy cars here. Oh, contact! There's Shelton gets turned by Schock. Of course, Shelton was a lap down and not really being the best back marker. That's going to hold up Ryan Matthews, and Joshua Michaels is all over him, but he has to slide wide there. They're about, like I said, they're a bit slower than the Indy cars around this track, or the V8 champ car, or the V6 champ cars, as Madeline Myatt now is on a tear. Now trying to get away from some of these cars that are battling her. Bad lap there by Jeffrey Finguy that last time by. Lost a ton of time. But we're going to see what Myatt does in lap counter-wise. That's a 114 to a 114, so they're running relatively even laps. Actually, Finguy was about a 10th quicker that time. Fastest car on the track right now is probably Charles Samper, up to 13th position. Actually, Washer's pretty quick, too. These guys, as this race goes on, Stella is actually really quick in the CFA car. That's a good run by the CFA brigade. This heavy rain is doing very much good for him. Ooh, Eugene DeMax, not bad. As Sean Angel is having a tough time handling his Koenigsegg in these wet weather conditions. As this isn't going to be a good point stay for Kyle Collins, to be honest with you, as Collins is struggling quite mightily here with his pace. As Dodd's also up the order quite a bit here, as we're going to go through here, but yeah, some of these quick cars in the back aren't very fast. Samper's quick. Washer, I'm looking for more 13s. Wow, Noah Hart's really quick. But Jacob Hart's the fastest car on the track right now, doing a 1:13.1. That's almost a full second faster than Madeline Myatt, as I believe the majority of the field has decided to run into the pits here. Everyone except the 11. Did the 11 pit? Oh no, the 11 did pit. That gives the lead to Jeffrey Finguy in the 92 car. So the leader now is Finguy, and I'm very interested to see what Finguy is going to do by staying out. Finguy was a lot quicker than Maddie Myatt that last time by. Well, actually, that's because Myatt pitted, but I think that was faster than anything Myatt set. So I think Myatt's realizing this, and they're putting more wet tires on that car. The only problem is these wet weather tires do wear out quite easily here. And now Maddie Myatt's going to rejoin the race here. And has pretty much clear track in front of her. As she does go a little bit wide, though. Actually gets in front of Baskinger here by a good margin. And there's Jacob Hart, who pitted way earlier here. Ooh, look at Kyle Schock Jr. He's off in frickin' Narnia out there trying to get back on this track, and he's going to lose a ton of track position doing that. He's going to fall behind Angel. Oh, there might be something wrong with that car. I think they might have missed a tire of some sort on that. Yes, He has a loose wheel, we're hearing, maybe, on that 41 car. He is incredibly slow right now. Maybe not. Maybe he's just driving very conservatively here. Whatever it may be, I'm kind of concerned about Kyle Schock Jr.'s pace. Jeffrey Finguy now has entered the pit road here. I'm interested to see. Here's Maddie Myatt. We're going to go on board with her and see where Finguy is going to be. Actually, we're going to go on board the 92, we're hearing, as he comes out of the pits. They put the car down. He has some front-end damage from that one hit, but they're not even going to try and really fix it. As here comes Finguy out of the pits. Myatt had a pretty substantial lead coming in. And we're going to see where Myatt is. There's Myatt. It was actually, Finguy did very well on his pit cycle, but Baskinger is going to get in front of him. Jake Baskinger gets in front of Jeffrey Finguy, and that's going to put Baskinger in provisional P2 right now. And that's going to be a battle for second position between Baskinger and Finguy, and I'm thinking Hart's going to show up into that battle, as well as Michaels fell back a little bit as he is battling with Ryan Matthews once again. However, it looks like Baskinger, with a little bit older tires, is doing wonders, catching the 11 car of Matty Myatt here on this run. Baskinger is a bit of a rain specialist. He's done well in rain races in the past, but this is, like I said, one of the heaviest rainstorms I've seen in this series. And, wow, Baskinger's really closing in on Matty Myatt. So maybe this isn't going to be Matty Myatt's day. It looked pretty promising early on. But, yeah, almost 2 seconds faster that lap on Baskinger. Baskinger is setting some amazingly quick times in that 14 car. And here comes Jake Baskinger up to, I think, the rear bumper here of the 11 car. We're going to see how difficult the 11's going to make it on him. Remember, it's still pretty early in this race, and I'm interested to see how racy Matty Myatt's going to be. Because Baskinger does need to try and find a way by, and it's clear that Baskinger's faster than the 11 right now, except maybe the 11's gotten a bit of the memo and now has picked up the pace a little bit, or Baskinger's lost a bit of his pace. No matter what it is, I think we're going to see a very interesting battle coming up here between the 14 and the 11, and the 11's got some lap traffic in front of her that I think is really hurting her. Meanwhile, Finguy is looking to really capitalize on this along with Jacob Hart. So they're just hoping that one of these drivers up here screws up. Oh, it looks like Baskinger might have been lost a bit there. We're going to see what the laps were this time by. Madeline Mai with a 1:13.7. So even with Baskinger screwing up, though, Baskinger was only a couple hundredths faster. But still a couple hundredths faster there as Finguy and Jacob Hart were both quicker than the cars in front of them. So we might have a nice 4-car battle for the lead coming up here soon, here at Cleveland Burke Lakefront Airport in the very heavy rain, which doesn't look like it's subsiding. As I said earlier, the Durachio is getting stronger. Jake Baskinger luckily has the helmet cam. We're going to take a lap here around Cleveland Burke Lakefront Airport. We can't really use too many of our aerial cams today because of the weather conditions. So here's your lap around Burke Lakefront Airport. Madeline Myatt also has the other helmet cam. On board with the 11 now for the rest of the lap, as we're having a couple of issues with the 14's helmet cam. And that is almost a full lap of the Burke Lakefront Airport here. Very, very interesting track here as we're going to stay on, I think, a little bit longer here. Matty Myatt, I think, just set one of the fastest laps of the race there. Here's that first turn that a lot of people have been having issues with. The first and the last turns have been very difficult for people on this track. Vortex, as it's known as, the first turn. John Art would sadly grenade the motor in his 05 car. It's been a pretty decent day for CJ Racing outside of the 38 car, and, well, Art's going to, I believe, fall out of the race. Well, he's going to fall out of the race after that one. Chris Dodd is the only CJ car left, and he's just shaking in on his fist on the inside of the top 10. Fastest car on the track right now is Jeffrey Finguy with he did a 112 earlier, a 112.7, and it seems like the pace is all very, pretty much stagnant now. Looks like Baskinger now is starting to close in even more on the 11 car, a lot quicker that time, but Baskinger didn't get a very good run out of Vortex there. Looks like Collins is grenading his car, so Collins is going to fall out of the race. So this is not going to be a good points day at all for Kyle Collins. Oh, this has been a bad day for Collins. I was really surprised that he started so far back, but not a great day for him, as Jacob Hart, the fourth place car, has already made a pit stop. Remember, he's on a totally different strategy than everybody else. Roman Rahal finally lets the 11 car go by, and now will he make life difficult for the 14? I wonder here. As now Maddie Mai gets a lap car in between herself and the 14 and the 93 for that matter. That lap time, Maddie Mai with a 113 flat. She just went faster than any other car that time around, out of the top 3 that is. And I'm looking at the 14 car. What's the 14 going to do here with Roman Rahal? That's a very aggressive move, and the 14's going to lose a ton of time that way. Here comes Finguy. Maybe going to try and make the outside work, but I don't think it's going to. But Finguy is right now on the back bumper of Baskinger here, as they're trying to chase down the rookie Ohioan in the lead of this race, as I think the fans, despite this very heavy rainfall, which is starting to subside a little bit, is really cheering on the 11 car here. There's Collins again, grenading his motor in the Mercedes powerhouse there. As here comes Baskinger, just trying his best to get by Rahal here, another Ohio native, but he's from more northwest Ohio. Actually, the Michigan track's closer to where he's from. Michigan and maybe even Indianapolis. Maybe not Indianapolis, but which we'll be going to in 2 weeks' time. Next week is the round of New Hampshire at the very interesting New Hampshire road course circuit, which I think everybody fears because of how narrow and tricky it is. But yeah, Maddie Mai was about a full second faster than anybody, well, not Finguy, but at least a full second faster than Baskinger there, as Baskinger is having a hard time with Rahal. As now, here comes Finguy trying now on the inside to make a move. As, Baskinger's got to let him go, I think, here. As we're going to, that's not going to really work. You can't see much from that camera angle. As it's Baskinger versus Finguy down into the backside of the course here. Like they said, there's very different lines you can take out there. And problems for Finguy. Finguy might have a tire going down, so his bad luck, Finguy, continues. So Baskinger's stereotypical bad luck is going to shed on to Finguy once again. Finguy had such a good run going, and now he loses a tire, it looks like. So, tough break for Jeffrey Finguy. Oh, man, Finguy was actually looking poised for a podium today. He was going to be a race winner contender, definitely. Oh, and then he hits the wall, trying to control it entering the pits, and no, he's done. He's done now. He's on fire. Oh, gosh, that's gotta suck. I think he was going to win the race, to be honest with you. He was faster than the 11. I think he was just toying with people, to be honest. But now he's going to be out. Tough break. Meanwhile, Chris Washer from 13th position, or battling for 13th position, with Messina and Lucis, would fall out of the race, or would at least lose power in that car and have to get a tow back to the pits. A tough break for Chris Washer. He had a good run going as well. And Jake Baskinger's really starting to lose ground now on the car in front of Maddie Mai, who is setting some really fast laps, to be honest with you. Although Baskinger did a 13 flat, so Baskinger definitely is trying his hardest to catch the 11 car Remember that pesky Roman Reynolds in between them. After the pit stop cycle, Jake Baskier actually would close in quite a bit here on Matty Myatt. However, the big shocker in all this was Charles Sanford, who decided to pit on a different cycle than Matty Myatt and them did. Yeah, he pitted a couple of laps later than the 11 car, who I believe is going to take the lead this time around. But this is a very interesting strategy here by someone like Charles Sanford to try this move. Very, very interesting, to be honest with you. But now Jake Baskier is all over the back of the 11 car. So this race is definitely not over yet, as the 14 is... the 14 got a little bit sideways there, and that's not going to be good for the 14 car, who's going to lose a bit of ground on her. Baskinger and Myatt would both pit on the same lap, so this will be interesting to see how they come out of the pits. And as you can see, they really didn't come out that differently, so the only thing now is you've got a bunch of cars in front that haven't pitted yet. In front of them, Sean Angel, I believe, is the presumptive leader. So Sean Angel, on a different pit strategy now, has already previously run the fastest lap of the race. Matthews is on a different strategy. So actually, it looks like Matty Myatt and, oh, Matty's got a problem! Matty's damaged! Oh man, no! That's bad! What happened to Baskinger? Baskinger's damaged as well, so they were on a different strategy, and now they're paying the price for it. So Eugene DeMax was running in 6th. He had not pitted yet. And this is all a move to inters. Matty Myatt and Baskinger went to inters. DeMax would lose control here, and then Matty Myatt really didn't know the accident was taking place and ran into him, and then Baskinger would hit trying to avoid. So now the leading two cars have fallen out of the race. They were on a different strategy, and now who knows who's going to be in the lead of this race after pit stops play out. Oh, but Matty Myatt now is having issues. DeMax's issues. Oh, this is not good at all, and luckily Matty's getting out of the way of Noah Hart, who's coming through. And it looks like Roush is on the pits again. He's pitted, I think, almost every lap of this race. But, oh, Matty Myatt had it! This race was her race to lose, and she didn't know the accident was taking place or what, but that was not what I think anybody expected. So Matty Myatt's going to fall out of this race, and now this race has just turned completely upside down. So Sean Angel is still on full wets out there. Only those two cars of Matty Myatt and Baskinger went on to inters that last time. So now it's between Matthews and Lucis for second, with Dodd in 4th, trying to keep up with Messena in 5th, but now it's Sean Angel's race to lose. And if Angel falls out, then I think, going to have a first-time winner, because none of these three have ever won a race behind him. And who's in 5th, by the way? Messena's never won a race. Who's in 6th? Oh, Jacob Hart has. Jacob Hart's won quite a fair few. And, as we go through this order, Baskinger would rejoin this race and actually give a little bit of hell there to poor Sean Angel, who's just trying to stay in this race. Angel has been struggling with his car all race, and I'm kind of surprised he's still in this. Oh, problems for Brock. Brock has some rear end damage, I think, from pit road contact, and he's really slow out there, Brock is. So Brock now has a lot of issues. So it's BFM had that because Schott was on an interesting strategy. Brock was doing well, and Matty Myatt was going to win this race, I think, once Finn Guy fell out, and now it's all turned upside down. Then to add insult to injury, Chris Dodd would fall out of the race due to an engine problem. It's a tough break for him. However, on the pit stop cycle, I think Ryan Matthews just legit took the lead away from Sean Angel, who had a really bad pit stop. So now Matthews is leading this race. However, I'm looking at Noah Hart as possibly leading this race now because he's on a different strategy. So is Hart... Yes, Noah Hart's now the leader of this race, but I don't know when he's going to pit because I haven't really actually been paying attention. Oh, no, Matthews still had to pit. So Matthews is not going to lead. So now it's Hart versus Angel. Messena had to pit. Lucis now needs to catch Angel here. I don't know when the 18's supposed to pit, to be honest with you, but this race is so crazy now that it was a very calm and collected race for a rain race up to this point. Now, I don't know who's going to win. Based on strategy, I'm thinking it might be Angel. Noah Hart did have to pit there, giving the lead over to Sean Angel. So now, but I don't know if Angel's got enough fuel to make it around again. So this is going to be interesting to see, does Angel have the fuel to make it around for one less stop? And that might give the lead to Callum Lucis then, if he has to pit. But Lucis and him pitted, I think, on the same lap. I don't know who's in third. Looks like it might be Jacob Hart, followed by Noah Hart in fourth. So we're going to have to just take a look here and just let this whole race play out, because I don't know who's going to win. Might I also say there's only 16 cars left in this race due to mechanical problems. Everybody else has seemingly fallen out of this race. Ryan Matthews had to make a double pit stop. That's why he's so far back. Matthews was doing very well in this race, and he's in fifth. But right now, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of battling on the track, as Sean Angel's got pretty much clear track. As long as he can just make it around, he's going to win this race, I think. Lucis is on the same strategy as him. It starts to get a bit crazy with maybe Jacob Hart and definitely Noah Hart. Noah Hart we know is going to make it. However, with only 2 to go, Callum Lucis doesn't have enough time to really catch him. Sean Angel is now, Angel's going to come and take the final lap here at Cleveland Burke Lakefront Airport. As long as he can bring it home, Angel's got this now. Angel with it's been a very chaotic race for Angel. I don't know where he even really came from to be a factor in this one. But Sean Angel takes the white flag, as Callum Lucis has actually been reeling him in, but just not at a rate that's quick enough here. As Lucis now is going to get his first podium of his career at this rate, but Sean Angel won in Europe at Brno. But Burke Lakefront's a very different road course than that. This track is, of course, a very high speed and high attrition track. Well, Brno is a very low speed and was a very low attrition race. And Sean Angel's going to pull this one off right now, as it's just been kind of a bit of a crazy race here as it went on due to the rain and everything. But Sean Angel's going to come around the twin corners here at the end. A lot of people were hoping for a Madeline Myatt victory there early on, but it wasn't going to be her day, as Sean Angel's going onto the chicane for the final, or is going to go through the chicane for the final time, the most treacherous turn of the day, as Sean Angel is going to win the Round of Ohio here at Cleveland Burke Lakefront Airport. Angel wins, and did he grenade it? Oh, no, I thought he grenaded it there for a second. Callum Lucis comes home second. And third is actually going to go to Noah Hart, who just got by last time his younger brother, Jacob. So Noah Hart's going to come home third. That's the kind of run Noah needed, as he's just got to get through this chicane one more time. And Noah Hart is going to come home third. We're going to take you down to your full finishing results. So Sean Angel wins the race. Second place goes to Callum Lucis. Third to Noah Hart. Nobody knows where pretty much anybody in the top 4 came from all race. They were on a different strategy that actually paid off when the 2 leaders who had dominated the race fell out. Ryan Matthews made a bad strategy call. Gabe Messena, Jay Stella 7th. Wow, great run for him. Kyle Schock Jr. had another disappointing run. Schock, I really thought, had a car to possibly win this race, but he has a good qualifier, but just not a good, I guess, racecraft driver. Aaron Perkins 9th and Skyla Johnson 10th. That's it on the lead lap, and there's only a handful of cars that are left in this race. Nathan McCain 11th. 12th goes to Chris Washer. 13th to Jake Baskinger. 14th to Alex Allen. 15th to Roman Rahal. 16th to that would be Scott Roush. 17th to Henry Sanford, the first car out of the race. 18th to Chris Dodd. 19th to William Brock. 20th, Brock fell out, of course, due to the damage. 20th to Charles Sanford, who fell out. 21st to Eugene DeMax and 22nd to Madeline Myatt. Now, if Baskinger and Myatt had not gotten into that little scrap there coming out of the chicane, who knows where they would have finished. I think they would have possibly won this race. Granted, they weren't on the correct strategy at the end of the day, but I still think they would have had enough of a gap over Angel that it would have been a very competitive race up front, to say the least. But not Madeline Myatt's day. She had that. When she got out of the car, she looked visibly upset about that one. She really wanted that win. And that's kind of sad for her. 23rd to Jessica Shelton, 24th to Joshua Michaels, 25th to Jeffrey Finguy, 26th to Kyle Collins, 27th to John Hart. Bad points run, by the way, for Kyle Collins. People like Sean Angel and a couple of these guys a little further back, like Jacob Hart, are going to gain a ton. 28th to Matthias Paulsen, 29th to Tristan Wilhoit. Wilhoit needed a good run. 30th to Ryan Griffin, and these are all pretty much cars that fell out due to damage on the first lap. 31st to Thaber, 32nd to Ekdahl, 33rd to Pericles, 34th to Curtis, 35th to Saarinen, 36th to Bisceglia, 37th to Fitzwater, 38th to Vincent Allen, 39th to Christian Vanderpesch, and 40th to Bobby Jones. So, if you thought Cleveland was a very high attrition race, you haven't seen anything yet, because we're going to the New Hampshire Road Course, which in the past has been probably the most attrition-filled track that we've ever been to, outside of maybe Mallory Park. So, without further ado, we'll see you in New Hampshire.